All right, House of Payne fans. Well, last night was the final night for season 12. Um, pretty, pretty solid batch of episodes, I have to say. Not without flaw, but overall, I think they were all good in their own respects. But for episode 20, entitled Run Them Pockets, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Just a spoiler alert, Pookie and Peanut are in all three episodes from last night, and the episodes truly benefited from their presence just because we haven't seen this dynamic duo in quite a while. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time we saw both of them on screen together for the first time since the original series. So again, season 12, episode 20, entitled Run Them Pockets. Solid 8 out of 10. If I really only had one complaint, well, technically two complaints, they really have to do with Ella. Now, I will say this, it was impressive how both the A and B plots tied into each other pretty well. Typically, we got the main A plot of the episode, and then the B plot consists of, characters elsewhere handling something that honestly doesn't have anything to do with the A plot, but this time they were definitely coinciding with each other. First of all, CJ is just planning his first official poker night at his house. Simple as that. All the guys come over. It's Curtis, Floyd, Pookie, Peanut, and Jasmine is the chip girl or chip woman. And Malik isn't in there, and neither is Calvin. But Malik has his own storyline where, because remember, he's working for the city government and whatnot. He's getting ready for a meeting in order to vouch for a construction plan about a casino and how that's going to bring in a lot of different perks to the area in terms of the economy, jobs, and whatnot. And then, of course, Ella is on her just Christian high horse against gambling altogether. Now, don't get me wrong. Her stance is her stance. She is free to have it. But the problem with people like Ella in this episode, especially Christians, it's when they're just so self-righteous that they refuse to see anything in front of them contrary to the negativities they have about a particular subject. I mean, even when the facts were right in front of her, when Glow, who I really liked her role in this episode, basically Malik is online trying to order some pants for the upcoming meeting, and he asks, Auntie Ella, hey, if you can hem them up for him. And Jasmine was in, was she in every episode? Let me check my notes. Yeah, she was in the first two. Yeah, she was in every episode. But, Jasmine just throwing out her zingers and whatnot. And I'm like, yo, your brother's just trying to do, it's, hey, it's cute when she was a kid. But, now that she's in a quote unquote adult, it's kind of like, come on, you ain't got to be throwing shade that much. I know that's who your character is, but, come on, it's a serious scene. Your brother's trying to do some good stuff here. Well, basically, it's the fact that he wants to vouch for it, and then, Ella and Jasmine discuss it. Jasmine and Malik are on the same page talking about how, wait, that one gas station that sold more lottery tickets than it sold gas? And it's like, oh yeah, and then Ella's like, so since when are y'all in tune with the underbelly of sinful goings on in Atlanta? Pre-pandemic. So from there, like I said, Malik goes into details about the fact that a lot of jobs can come. I think he said something along the lines like 15,000 to 50,000 jobs, not just from the construction, but, from the people who work at the casino as well. And then it's going to boost the economy and whatnot. But again, Ella, she does not want to hear anything other than the casino is not happening. Simple as that. I mean, the first scene of the episode, you got Curtis and CJ talking about their upcoming poker night. But Ella makes it clear that under no circumstances will there be gambling in this house or on the patio. But like I said before, well, wasn't it last season when Curtis and Ella took a bunch of their retirement money to help out the community center, and then Curtis wanted to do, okay, it's a community center by day and then a nighttime casino, and he had all the equipment and the machines and whatnot. Ella was against it, but then he brought the equipment to the backyard of their house, and then, she was all into it then when he mentioned how much money it would make him. So it's just one of those things where Ella, just stop being a stick in the mud. So as the episode goes on, she is kind of holding out on fixing the pants because earlier in the episode Malik said something to the effect of, well, look, I know how you feel about it, Auntie Ella, but you helped to raise a strong, independent Payne man. So from there he's like, oh well, if you're strong and independent, you can fix your own pants. She eventually comes around to helping him fix the pants, but it's just one of those things where yet again, gambling. Oh, and it's just the way she just comes across, like every time she's talking to Malik, and when Glow comes over, he mentions like, oh, here's the reason I'm getting ready for this big meeting about the casino and whatnot. And then, oh yeah, he's getting ready for sinfulness and debauchery. It's like, give it a rest. Come on. I mean, hey, you're against the casino. We get it. But Malik is trying to do his job. Just ridiculous. But in any case, he gets a text message saying that instead of like, a formal work dinner, the meeting that's supposed to take place with these like, high officials and whatnot about the casino is going to be moved to a strip club. And that's just going to lead to a whole lot of nonsense because Ella just like hooty hoo just goes off on a tirade and whatnot. So from there, later on in the episode, Malik is in the kitchen and Glow comes in, and it looks like she is looking over the plans that Malik is pitching. And as a communication major, I appreciate like Malik is skilled in giving presentations and whatnot, and Glow is impressed. But yet again, Ella's just going on, it's sinful and it's going to bring all these things that are negative to the community and whatnot. But even when both Malik and Glow are spitting, because Ella's like, I want to hear the facts and well, tell me why it's a benefit to the community. Every time either Malik or Glow said something in regards to, well, Indian casinos and whatnot, they do benefit the areas that they're brought to. Not to mention the Indian community gets a percentage of, like, what is it, $4 for every 10 made. And I don't even know if they went into this, but, I think they mentioned something to the effect of like, schools and education benefit from the earnings from these gambling places and whatnot. But every time somebody says something, Ella always has some either smart remark to say, or she just literally, no. It was annoying as all hell. It truly was. It really was. But it turns out that Glow knows a guy named Lawrence who's on like this board of people for the development plan. So essentially, Malik brings up how my dad's having a poker night at his place. So Glow's like, oh, well, let me go over there. I'll get like some video footage and whatnot, and then send that to Lawrence, pretty much showing like, oh, hey, we got like this small gathering of people in the community for a poker night. So based on this video, this is how things could go if you were to open a casino in the area. So from there, again, Ella isn't that pleased. The devil is coming to Atlanta. It's just, give it a rest. Just please give it a rest. So, okay, then at the end of the episode, she does go over there, but I'll get to that later. So essentially, we got the sneak peek scene where Jasmine comes over and sees CJ playing online poker as practice. Basically from there, getting Jasmine to be the chip woman. Basically, she went on a whole feminist rate. Honestly, I could see she gets it from Aunt Ella, just going on these tirades and rants for no reason at all. But essentially, we got Curtis and Floyd coming over, and they gloat to CJ about how they're going to clean the house tonight when they're playing with them. So then the poker night starts. Pookie and Peanut are crushing it. CJ's kind of looking down in the corner. But from there, he goes over to Jasmine to get some more chips. And it turns out he's playing possum. Basically, I want to let them win the first few hands, and then once they're all full of snacks and they're buzzed from drinking so much alcohol and whatnot, that's when I'm going to flip the script and just take them for everything they have. And then it's funny how Jasmine and CJ kind of have an exchange where it's like, give me $50 worth of chips. Well, Dad, you got to pay up. No, I said, give me $50. What do you mean? You said not to give out chips to anybody, but that's anybody. I'm the one that raised you and put a roof over your head. So it was a funny little exchange there, but he does get the chips. And next time we check in on the game, he is killing it. He got Pookie and Peanuts change, and it's like earlier in the episode they're talking all sorts of trash to CJ, but this time it's like he's turning it around. But then it gets to the point where they question if, wait a minute, so how long you been playing? You said you ain't been playing too long. No. I said I haven't been playing long against y'all. So basically it's like, first it's Pookie, then it's Floyd. They're all kind of like turning on CJ, where it's like, Yeah, you set us up. Where you basically you hired this particular dealer. You're the one who is hosting at your house. You got your daughter doing the chips and whatnot. So basically, they're accusing him of foul play. But then he gets into his New Jack City mode, and then it's just on. It's just a whole confrontation. Malik comes in trying to calm down the situation, and they just start up again. Glow got the video footage. And unfortunately, that's kind of where things cut off. I mean, the episode ends with Curtis coming over to the house defeated because he sneaks in, it's late. Ella comes out and is like, what were you up to? Yeah, well, I kind of had a setback. Yeah, I've been getting overdraft notifications all night long. So apparently, despite her anti-gambling feelings and whatnot, Ella was planning a surprise trip to Vegas for Curtis, but due to all the overdrafts and whatnot, that's not happening. So the episode ends there. There's no conclusion as to whether or not, Lawrence and his team opted to cancel the casino plans because of this one video that Glow took. That's the one thing this episode I just didn't care for. So the 2 points I'm deducting from my score, one is just for Ella's demeanor the entire episode, and 2 is just for the lack of conclusion, So that's pretty much about it, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on Run Them Pockets, and I'll talk to you in the next one.